I shift my perspective to focus on all the ways that I am blessed instead of all the ways where I feel like things aren't going how I think they should, it truly makes a whirlwind of a difference. Like when you focus on what's going right in your life versus what's going wrong, it's a paradigm shift. Like it really truly does something.
Lost in the dark, searching for something more. Then suddenly the world collides with the presence of God, eyes lifted in awe, confronted by holiness, truth, and love. When God reaches down, it's not rejection, it's invitation. Held in his hands, the world finds peace, purpose, and love. This is World Meets God podcast with Jara Campbell. Raw, real, no sugarcoating, just truth and love. Stay blessed.
Hey y'all, welcome back to Women's God Podcast with your host, Jara Campbell. Ah, let's see what the Lord has for us today. Um, I think the main thing that's been resonating with me, one, I'm really truly just grateful. I'm so grateful. Um, I'm grateful and I'm blessed. And when I shift my perspective to focus on all the ways that I am blessed instead of all the ways where I feel like things aren't going how I think they should, it truly makes a whirlwind of a difference. Like when you focus on what's going right in your life versus what's going wrong, it's a paradigm shift. Like it really truly does something. Like, I don't know. So I encourage y'all to shift your perspective. Like truly shift your perspective. Don't focus on what's not going right or what you think it should be or what you thought it was or, you know, the past to the present and the present to the future. Like, don't compare it because comparison really truly is the thief of joy, truly. Um, but just focus on God and his promises and how he's sovereign and how he's good and his mercy renews every morning and how his grace never fails. His love never fails and never runs out on us. It's truly a blessing. Truly, truly is a blessing. And I'm really grateful for it. Another thing is like, I was talking with someone and she was like, one step at a time, one step at a time. And I was like, sorry, excuse me. I was like, sometimes it feels like I'm crawling. Like they don't even feel like steps. And if they steps, baby, they like baby steps. Like any weeny, teeny weeny, yellow polka dot bikini. No, I'm kidding. But they're like little steps. But I'm also remembering slow progress is still progress. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Slow progress is still progress. And God is outside of time. He doesn't have a timeline. We are the ones who feel like we have a timeline. We have to have X, Y, and Z done by X, Y, and Z between the ages of X, Y, and Z, whatever the case, like fill in the blanks. We do that, but it's like, who told us we have to have X, Y, and Z done by the time of X, Y, and Z? Like, when did that become the blueprint? Like, when did that even become like a standard? Like, why do we sometimes think that we're failing or life is wrong or whatever the case may be? Again, fill in the blanks if we don't have X, Y, and Z. We don't have this. We're not here. We're not like who who planted that seed in our head? Who planted that little lie? I'm gonna say society. Society. Um, but let's not believe everything society presents to us. Let's not normalize everything that's being normalized, because we don't know what's happening on the other side of the screen. Like, we truly don't know what everyone's lives look like. But also, who told us we had to have this milestone by this age at this time? No one put that standard on us except for us and society and peers and comparison. Like, you don't have a timeline. I know. It'd be nice of like, yeah, but I want it by this time and I want it to look like this. I get it. I get it. I'm the same way. I'm the same way. I get it completely. However, we're holding ourselves to standards that aren't even God's standards. Like, we're measuring things of the world, which really, what's that verse? It's like, the things of the world will perish, and it's really pointless. It has no value. Worldly things really hold no value, no nothing. You can't take anything to heaven with you, when we should really be measuring our life to God's standards. So instead of measuring our life by what we have, our title, what we have accomplished, how much money we got, the cars, the clothes, all the materialistic things, things that fade, even, you know, marriages and stuff, because God forbid it, but people die all the time too. Let's say you so happy to get in that marriage, you married and your spouse passed away. And that was what you set your whole life on, was being married. You achieved it, now it's gone. You know what I'm saying? Like, we compare success to like things that don't really equate to success in God's eyes or by biblical standards. Um, I think success really is truly like having the fruits of the spirit and exhibiting those fruits of the spirit, like having fruits and roots and being, the vine abided in him and us being the branches and like being living proof of a living God. Like, that's real success, like people being able to see God attributes in us, because we are to be made in his image and his likeness. So just being able to represent such an amazing God and representing him well, that's success to me. Like, that's the goal. Yes, of course, I'd have things that I want and want to accomplish, but my main goal is to live a life pleasing unto the Lord. My main goal is to serve him in everything I do. My main goal is to put him first in everything I do. My main goal is to honor him with all that I have. That's my main goal. That's my main objective. That's my primary objective. Like, I genuinely want to seek him and put him first. Like, I don't want anything else to be above him. Like, because it's so quick to make anything an idol. Truly. You can idolize a job, you can idolize a relationship, you can idolize feelings, you can idolize places, you can idolize things. You can literally make anything an idol. It's so easy to. Once you start comparing yourself to where you are, how close you are to achieving said thing or whatever else, or, like putting that before God, you're essentially idolizing that. And I think that also kind of goes back to last podcast episode with just like trusting him, like really trusting him fully. And I'm not gonna lie with y'all, because I keep it real with y'all all the time. For me, sometimes I don't know what that looks like. When I be like, oh, I gotta trust God, I'm like, okay, do I trust God and do something? Or do I trust God and not do something? But what I'm learning is, I think trusting God is regardless in what you do. Like, whether, like, I just trust God that it will all work out for my good. Like, I truly don't be knowing. I don't. I don't be having the slightest clue, the slightest idea. I mean, it's truly all above me. Truly, truly all above me. Like, I genuinely don't know how my life is gonna play out. I don't even know what season I'm in. I just know I'm here. I'm alive. I'm well. I'm blessed. I'm highly favored. I know God is good. Um, and that also goes back to my previous podcast of how two things can be true at once. Like, yes, I know God is good, and I'm still overcoming and figuring things out. And I do still feel the weight of it and the pain and the emotions of it all. But I'm still choosing to seek him and trust him through all of it. Like, I don't know. I just fully trust that God is gonna work it all out. And sometimes like I said last episode, like I really do, I didn't realize I was in the well. I didn't realize that I was even being protected while I was in the well because I was so focused on all the stuff that was happening. And, I say this all the time, what you focus on is what you get more of, which again kind of goes back to perspective and shifting it. Because like when you focus on the negative, that's legit all you're gonna see. But when you focus on the positive, you start seeing the positive. That's like y'all know, I can't think of the name of the game. Y'all know when we was younger, we used to hit people like, yellow bug, something like whatever, the car game. Or, like when you would try to find a yellow car in traffic. Now all of a sudden, all you see is yellow cars. Or when you're trying to find a red car, all of a sudden, all you see is red cars. Or when you buy a new car, you buy a vehicle, you get a vehicle. Now that's the only vehicle you see. You're like, dang, more people got this vehicle than I thought had it. Because you're focused on what you have. You know what I'm saying? You're focused on that. So what you focus on, you do essentially get more of. And it's like, so I encourage you to focus on the Lord. You know, dwell in him, abide in him, seek him so you can get more of him. Because that's a good thing to have a lot of. It's a real good thing to have a lot of. I be needing a little bit more Jesus. I be needing a lot of bit more Jesus. I be needing Jesus. And I know I be needing Jesus. Um, and I be having like human moments that remind me how badly and how desperately I need Jesus. I mean, it could just be the slightest thing or inconvenience or whatever. And I'm like, I need Jesus. Mm, I need to pray. Ooh, I need to let go of control. Ooh, I need to release this. Ooh, this is a trigger. I need to go to God about this. Like it could be anything. And it's like I'm constantly reminded how badly I need Jesus and how imperfect I really am. I'm so imperfect. I mean, I'm so flawed, y'all, but God's grace is sufficient. It really truly is. And I'm so grateful for it. So grateful for it. Also, um, this whole community thing, sometimes I'm not gonna lie, I dislike knowing the fact that it's essential to the body of Christ. Like it's essential to have community, and it's also something that we as human beings crave. We crave closeness with one another. We crave community. Like we want that. I mean, of course, you got the few who be like, I don't need nobody. I don't need nobody. I'm better on my own. Da, 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 da. Right, right, right. You could use some community. You could use some community. Quit playing. Quit lying to yourself. You just scared. You just traumatized. You're just hurt. It's okay. It's okay. Heal. I be having to do that. I've been there. Community be going so left with me sometimes. I'm like, you know what? I don't need it. I don't want it. I'm good, actually. Y'all can stay over there. Far over there. Far away over yonder. Over yonder. Way over yonder. However, I don't even be wanting that for real. I just be tired of, being let down and disappointed and getting hurt and not knowing where I stand with certain people and, all the ambiguity and vagueness because, everybody that been through something, We all have. None of us come out unscathed, if you will. We didn't all been through stuff. We all got our little triggers, traumas, hurts, pains, walls, guards up. We all got that. Um, and so I realized because of all of that, I don't think I fully understood and realized how much all of that stuff has really affected me. And as far as like how I even move forward in like other friendships and, relationships, like I hate to admit this. I don't always show up as authentically as I could when it comes to people and relationships. I'm pretty sure I shared this on a couple episodes way back. Um, but it's like I do withhold some of myself, which, hold on, isn't necessarily a bad thing. You do have to use discernment and know where to give and where to place just your heart. Guard your heart above all things. Everything we do flows from it. So we do got to protect it. We got to protect it. We do need to guard it, and we don't need to just be giving it away to everybody because not everybody deserves certain access to us. Okay. I get that. But what I'm saying is, even with that, sometimes I just be scared to be my authentic self with people. Like I might not check up on someone as frequently because I think they're gonna think I'm annoying. You know what I'm saying? Like I might not, I don't know, say whatever. I don't know. I do withhold myself sometimes. Um, but there's this person that I got to know and she's really amazing. And seeing her just authentically be herself in a room full of different individuals was empowering to me. Like she was just her. She showed up as her and didn't care how anyone received it, didn't care what anybody thought. She just showed up as herself. And you either accepted it or you didn't. And I absolutely admire that about her. I love it. And I literally actually just told her that today. Like, she is an amazing young woman. And I love her so much. Um, and she's younger than me. And you can learn a lot from people, even those that are younger than you. You really can. You can learn from any individual. I be learning from 4-year-olds sometime, y'all. The compassion they be having sometimes, I be like, dang, I can be a little bit more compassionate. I liked how that was their first instinct was to just care. Whole time I'll overanalyze something like, oh, well, what if they think I'm trying to take over or do this? Or what if they don't want me to help them? Da, da, da. That child don't care. They just see someone in need and they're gonna try to help them. They don't think twice about it. They just like, oh, this person's crying, this person is hurt. I'm gonna insert myself and help them. That's all they think. They haven't got to the point to where they overthink every action of themselves, where they don't trust their intuition or their discernment. They just do. And I love that. I love when people just be authentically themselves, essentially just being who God created us and made us to be. And I'm slowly finding my way back to that version of me while implementing all the lessons and all the wisdom and discernment God gave me. But I'm slowly finding my way back to becoming and being my authentic self, regardless of who's in the room, without always overthinking and second guessing and, like down whatever else or code switching, as some people say. Now, to be fair, at certain times, it's a time and place for everything. All right. Okay. But, you know, just being you. Like you're not one way at home and then another way at church or one way at work and then another way, you know, you're just you. And we're just praying and praying and praying and praying and praying that it's an actually good person. That we're really good people. Yeah? Yeah. Sorry, y'all. still overcoming. I don't know what it is, but I'm trusting God to heal. Because it say, by his stripes, I am healed, and I shall be healed, and I will be healed, and I am healed. I'm claiming that, and I receive that. So, yes. Um, Also, this is kind of me just thinking out loud and going back to community and being authentically yourself. I was talking to my siblings, um, and it was generally so refreshing to talk to them because I didn't have to pretend to be one way or another. I didn't have to do anything. I simply just had to show up however I was, and they accepted me as that. Now, my brother, of course, he always talk his little stuff. Both my siblings do. That's what siblings do. I don't know. But it was just like so refreshing to just be, we weren't even in person. We just all on FaceTime. We all live in 3 different states. Um, but it was just so refreshing. And I'm like, this is what community is for. Like, this is what it's like. Like, when you down and low, like you still got people to be with and lean on and not have to perform. And, like it don't feel awkward or weird or forced. Like it just feels normal. Like I truly love, of course, those are my biological siblings, but I truly love the friends that turns into family. Like you don't have to think. You just are yourself with them people. Um, and you truly acquire that by being your authentic self, you know? Um, and just creating that space. So I do encourage y'all to just create that space with your community that you have or the ones you're trying to find or whatever. Um, Focus on that community, put in the work, put in the effort, don't give up. I know sometimes it gets tiring. I know, I know. Baby, I've been there. I get it. I promise I get it. I get it wholeheartedly. But from someone who's experienced it, it truly does get better. And I do know that it is obtainable. And I trust that for all of us. We will get it. Now, the timing is up to the Lord. That's above me. But I'm praying and interceding on everyone's behalf that God will create that for all of us. Because he had it. And he don't want us to have less than what he had, you know? He wants it for all of us. He modeled it. So I know it's obtainable. And so, yeah, yeah. I encourage us to do that and also to just shift our perspectives on how we see life and how we see the bad things. Like, okay, yes, stuff can be bad, but like kind of shift our focus to like what is the positive out of it? Like, I'm growing from this. What can I learn from this? Instead of like, again, like I said last episode, what was me? Why me? But just in that now, it made me think of that song. I think it's about Jacqueline Carr. I'm not sure. Don't get me to line to you. But it's like, why not me? And so, and also made me think about Job. When the devil went to God and was like, have you, this might not be verbatim, but, oh, have you considered my servant Job? You know what I'm saying? He was like, have you considered my servant Job? He's faithful. He's loyal. He loves me. And the devil really thought he was going to get Job to curse God's name and die. And that ain't what happened. So honestly, kind of see it as like a blessing that God trusts you with everything you're going through. He trusts you with that. I know. It's like, I don't want to be trusted with that. I don't want to be trusted with that. Get somebody else to do it. Get someone else to do it. I don't want to be on God's list of the strongest soldier. I get it. I get it. But it's also a blessing to even be considered by God. You're considered by God. Oh, that's a blessing. Because, we love to say to be loved is to be considered. Well, he considers you. He loves you. He love you, love you, love you. And so to be considered by God, to be trusted by God. Y'all, we talking about God. We're not talking about no regular, degular, smegular person. We're talking about God, Lord of Lords, Kings of Kings, Prince of Peace. I mean, the God of the universe, God, Jesus Christ Himself. That is a blessing to be loved by Him and to be considered by Him. Uh, that's a compliment. That's that's top tier right there. Because not everybody can be considered. I don't know if he said that about everybody in the Bible. I don't know. I just know it about Job. And so it's just a blessing. It really is a blessing. And also, I think I did say this in another episode a while back. It was something along the line of like, same spirit, different gifts. Because like Job isn't the only one that God trusted with certain things. It's just he trusted Moses to free the people. He trusted Jonah to go to Nineveh and talk to them. Like he trusted different people with different things. That's not to say that any one of them was better or more important or had a greater value or anything of that nature. It just says that he entrusts people with different things based on their characters and qualities and their nature. Like just because God trusted this person with this and you with this, or he called you to do this and this, that doesn't make anyone better than anybody or anything. He just trusts certain people with whatever he chooses to trust them with. And we just gonna have to trust the guy makes no mistakes. That's the whole word for me. Um, God makes no mistakes. If he chose you, he chose you for a reason. Whew. He chose us for a reason. He chose me for a reason. Whatever that reason is, that's up to him. That's between him, and him. It's truly above me because I couldn't tell you. Um, but just gotta trust him that he really makes no mistakes and he's intentional and he will work it all out for our good and for our favor. That's just really been the lesson that I'm learning today. Not even today, just recently. Again, for the ones who watched or listened to the last episode, if you know, you know. If you don't, I encourage you to go watch it. Listen to it. It's 2 hours long. So listen to it while you're driving, while you're working, while you're cleaning, whatever you got to do to get through it. You ain't even got to listen to it all at once. Take your time. But I do believe it was blessed. It was it was definitely a good episode and it blessed me. And I do believe it will bless those who hear it as well. Um, Also, y'all, we've reached a milestone. We reached a milestone. This is episode 25. Ah, to think, wow. Episode 25, y'all. It is nothing but the grace of God that got us here. Like, truly nothing but the grace of God that got us here. I mean, and then for me, looking back where I started, even with episode 1, and then being here today in front of y'all, speaking to y'all, encouraging y'all, and just using my life as a testimony and example and everything else, like just allowing God to use me, I've come a long way, and it's been truly freeing and healing and refining. And I don't know about any of y'all, but if you ever been in the fire and been refined, it is not pretty. It don't feel good. A lot of times, majority of the times, for me, it don't be feeling good. Now, do I be grateful for it? Absolutely 100%. But definitely be going through there. But excuse me. No weapon formed against me, no weapon formed against us shall prosper. It won't work. And so, yeah, I just wanted to share that moment with y'all. I know that was like a random, but I was like, it randomly popped in my head. I was like, wait, this is episode 25. Ah, wow. I've been doing this podcast for 6 months. I started January 4th. That was the first episode that was ever posted, January 4th. And here we are, June 20th. And I'm going to continue to surrender daily and surrender this podcast to the Lord because it's truly His. It do not belong to me. I am merely a vessel because that really do be the Holy Spirit speaking through me, and I be needing to hear every word that come out my mouth. I be shocked. I don't know if y'all could tell by my face. It be real time revelation for me. I truly be shocked. I'd be like, wow, God. And so it's just a blessing. And right now I'm choosing to focus on the blessings. It's real easy to focus on all the bad things in your life and all that's going wrong. And especially if you're like a mother or you going through a transition, jobs, or you're grieving, you lost a loved one. Like it's so easy to focus on the sorrow, the bad things. But I encourage each and every one of you to focus on the joy. Let the joy of the Lord be your strength. Focus on the good. Seek God. Let the peace that surpasses all understanding cover you, like truly. Because I promise you can get it. I promise you it's obtainable. I've been in some real crazy situations that God done gave me peace in. And I'm like, I'm in a tornado right now, but it's peace. Like when he say he will lead you beside still waters, baby, that water is still. And it's crazy because it's a storm everywhere else, but it's still right here with him. Just being in his presence is truly a privilege and an honor. And it's a blessing. And it's something that we shouldn't take for granted. Truly, we should not take it for granted at all. Because it could easily be taken away from us. Um, and yeah. It's just a blessing to be a blessing. It's a blessing to be blessed. Um, Things are turning around, and I love it. It's still a journey. It's a process, but I wouldn't have it any other way. I enjoy going through this with God. I think my pastor said it, like a couple sermons ago, like a long time ago, but he kind of demonstrated how God is, and he was like, hold on, I hope I don't butcher this. But it was kind of like, God already walked it out. Like he's not walking with us. Like he already kind of walked it out. And then he kind of like take us through the process. Like he already knows what it is. Like he been there already. I think he did it like him walking backwards or something. I don't know. I really truly hope that made sense. I probably butchered that and I know I didn't say it verbatim, but basically just saying that God, he knows tomorrow. He knows next week. He knows it all. Like he already knows how tomorrow is going to be. We don't. We have ideas, we have thoughts, and we have assumptions and all these ideations, but we don't know anything for sure. But God does. He's simply carrying us through something he's already been through. Like it's not a surprise to him, you know? And so just like really honing in on that and just trusting that. Trust, trust. It goes back to having that faith in God and trusting him, truly. Let God take you from faith to faith and from grace to grace. Just hold on to his unchanging hand. Truly. I promise you, it's gonna all work out for the good of those who love him. Because that's what the words say. And he is not a man that he can lie. Okay? Um, yeah, it's a blessing. I'm encouraged by this word, and I truly hope and pray that y'all are encouraged by it as well. And I truly think this is all I got for y'all. Yeah. So, until next time, y'all stay blessed. Love you. Bye.